So listening, pay attention. Oh, yeah.
You're looking for capitals?
Pimlico School in South London. Teaching consultant John Bailey is about to sit in on an English lesson with Michelle Rock. Michelle trained in South Africa and is working for qualified teacher status.
Come on, boys, please come in and quiet. Munir, can you come and sit here today? Lucia? Sit. Right, everybody.
John likes to film his subjects and talk through the footage later, and today there's plenty to talk about.
So we've all got the same plot. Okay? We are going to edit our first drafts of original writing. Okay? Now everybody has at least one piece of writing in their books. Darren, have you found the work? The work that Mrs. marked? Maybe it would help if you take your bag off your table. Okay, and while we're at it, could you please grab the gun? Thank you. Anybody else who wants to discreetly get rid of their gun? Do it, because we've got parents coming around. No. Right. No, just pass it. Thanks, Barry. Thank you. Okay. Pass to Lucia. What we're looking at is what makes this writing interesting, as opposed to what makes it boring. And I'm going to perch because it's more comfortable. Okay. I first saw Anna, the new nanny of the English children who lived next door, in a pink stucco house, late one evening. Okay? Let's look at how this writer made it interesting. Okay? And I thought we'd start with looking at how we can make it really boring. Can somebody tell me in like one sentence what that's about? Try and make it quite boring, Kim.
What happened during playing hide and seek?
That's right.
During the bamboos and things like that.
Okay, we could say she was playing hide and seek because it was dinner time and she hid in the bamboo and Nanny came out and called her. So what? This, however, did you enjoy reading this?
Right.
No. It's rubbish. How is it rubbish? It's childish.
Too much words there.
Okay, so it's not the content matter that you would like, okay? Right. What about the language? It's descriptive. Now, let's look at that. You've got it in one, okay? How...
We're about 12 minutes into the lesson.
Yeah.
You've got them established, and they're kind of engaged with what's going on. They've written down the aims and objectives.
Yeah. The person who's writing, imagine. What does she imagine Nanny to be?
There hasn't been an opener. There hasn't been a separate opening activity, which some lessons happen. Sometimes you don't.
That's deliberate. These imaginings, we can have anything we like. Ireland, are you with us? Okay.
I noticed that their behaviour is pretty flat.
The first sentence. I first saw Anna, the new nanny of the English children who lived next door. Blah, 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 blah. Okay.
The first exercise is to make children feel clever. That's what made me think about starters. I was wondering what would make those boys in the corner sit up. Maybe it would be the names of 5 footballers on the whiteboard and 20 words to describe them. That gets them up, makes them feel clever. Yeah. And with the boys, we'll need to structure it a bit. So it'll be something doing, and it'll be something where they need some pretty immediate success.
Right.
So that you can, you've got a chance to point to the corner and say, bingo, I can see we're in contact. Whoever that child is that you're talking about.
That's a useful way of looking at it. Right, Ricky and Darren, you're not on task. What's going to help you stay on task? Separate you. Okay, can we separate you? Remember, we're looking at autobiographies, okay? And the piece we're writing is an autobiographical piece. We're going to look at how other people have started. Just hand them out. What we're doing now is we're starting our edit, and we're starting to get material to know what to look for when we edit our work. The first is by a man called Frank McCourt, who wrote a very famous book quite recently. You've read it, yeah. okay, called Angela's Ashes. It's about his childhood. Okay, now listen to how he starts it. He doesn't say, I was born to so-and-so and so-and-so. Yeah.
This group back here,
Yep.
they're never going to fully engage.
Yeah.
They're going to spend the lesson, I think he's got a mobile phone or something under there. And behind him, there's another, behind them, there's another couple of boys who are never going to quite engage. And in fact, this side of the room stays a little bit quiet throughout. The other side of the room, with a lot of girls in, are going to respond quite well to these open-ended questions that you're asking.
How would you start it, Lucia? And then you're going to give me an example.
I'm Chris Chambers. What's the point of Brian? I'm Chris Chambers, because when you get further on, like he's gonna mention the other three boys, but not Chris Chambers, so everyone's gonna know that he's not writing it. But at the end, you can sign it, Chris Chambers. It's just so dumb.
You know, a model of differentiation, resources, what we know about the learners, teaching tasks that we give them, and the teaching strategies that we're using.
Right,
And I'm interested in thinking about the teaching strategies as they apply to that group of boys sitting over in the corner.
You don't know. Can you help?
Advert centres like the best lawyer around or something.
I'm Chris Chambers. What? The
I
best.
think the lesson's been going 16 minutes.
Right.
How old are these children?
These are, they are 10s, they'll be 16, 15.
Okay. So the average attention span, or the average listening time for a child in adult mode, is they'll engage in about one kind of mode of attention for about as many minutes as their chronological age.
So you've reached the limit here.
By the time we're up to 15 or 16 minutes, theory tells us we're going to have some children falling off the edge.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's your turn to work. I've worked. What you've got to do is you've got to go through the work that you've got. And I want you to choose those pieces, the one piece that you wrote where you pretend to be the character. Read that first piece that you did. Remember you did a character sketch. We'll now rewrite it.
Are we doing it on the Stand By Me?
Yes. Okay, now we're going into the coursework. We've had lots
So
of
we just finish it off?
Come on now. You have to find the piece in. Right, everybody listen
Miss
to me.
Market, and then we've got to write our own story. Miss, do we finish off this, or do we just write?
You
start
rewrite
new?
it. We're going to start again.
That's about 21 minutes in. You were telling me we're going to edit our work. And I thought, no, we're not. We're doing something else. We're listening to openings, and then we're going to write our own openings.
Yeah.
You've done yours. Now you've got to edit.
Just make up. You know your characters. Just make up everything.
Right. Munir, come on. You're losing the track, people.
You say they're losing the track here.
Yeah.
Okay, it's resistance. It's something else going on. It's fatigue.
Yes.
And I'm just guessing here. They may or may not feel prepared for this task.
Right. It doesn't have to be. Okay, I'm going to repeat this for the last time, I hope, or else I'm going to die of repetition.
I'm going to push you a bit on this.
Yeah.
I'm going to discuss whether it's us or them.
Yes, Kim.
Do you start this again?
You use what you've written.
But you use what you've written, but then write it better. Like,
Yes, that's it. So, thank you very much, Marvin. That was good of you. Okay? Tuck that in. Thank you. Yeah.
You know homework? You said passive. You know when you do the character sketch, you have to your homework with bastards.
That's it. Edit it. Okay, good. Oh, yeah.
So, John's advised Michelle to use starters to structure her lessons more.
Purpose of today's lesson. Okay, Munir, big book cards.
And to give much clearer instructions to students about what she wants them to do.
Big book. Thank you, get it out. I need it. 25th of October. We'll talk about that.
It's our birthday tomorrow, Miss.
Well done. Good. Happy birthday.
Maybe at the beginning of the lesson you're saying things like, put your hand up and tell me 3 things you do when you're planning. Put your hand up and tell me 3 things you're doing. Thank you, you're so clever, that's excellent, that's great. So that you're getting in a harvest of ideas first of all and some learning readiness.
Please, pull Baha. Stick. Give it to me. And your chewing stuff, thank you. Thank you very much. Then you need to leave the class and go to your head of year, because I'm not teaching you without uniform on. Right. The purpose of today is because we've all been struggling a bit to actually know what this piece is we're doing. We have done a lot of writing, but today we're going to focus on exactly what it is. So we're going to go through the steps of writing a coursework piece. We're going to learn a method today. Some of you, at the end of it, are going to be able to go through this method, this overview, and you're going to work out exactly where you are in it. Bits of it you've already done. So you're actually, Gulbaha. Starters can run away from you if you're too open-ended and democratic too early on. I'd actually rather bore them for the first 10 minutes and then we can get with things, because then I can trust them. I mean, I totally see the sense and the purpose of what you're saying, and I believe in it too, but I don't know how to do it in a classroom with kids who just run with it. It just, I don't know, a little bit of constructive boredom is not always a bad thing. That was contentious.
Yeah, well, it is contentious. I'm also thinking of an Ofsted framework where Ofsted watch lessons 15 minutes by 15 minutes, and 15 minutes goes by when there's no learning. They turn the lights out.
Yeah, I've been where you're trying to get to, and it's gone pear-shaped. That starter is like I'm starting open-ended with kids who are not yet settled. So yes, down the line, but I don't think now, in the genesis of this class, is a good time to do it, because I've abandoned it actually to get straight into work. Wilson, less. Yeah, less. You're very melodic, but you all got this in your big books. Okay. Okay, we got an overview. That was our overview sheet. Now, what do you plan? Eric, the next task is what do you plan, edit, and draft me? Right? We're doing plan, draft, edit. Okay? I put edit and draft in the wrong side, but here you go. What you
One of the things I'd like you to consider is the idea of putting in sequence the activities, listening, talking, discussing, writing, cutting, whatever they are.
See what we
so if I'm not sure what to do, I look up, it looks like I should have a pen in my hand, it looks like I should be writing.
Are you going to do a piece on Stand By Me, or are you going to do an autobiography? The choice is yours. How are you going to start your story?
Once upon a time.
I challenge you.
I
challenge you.
I'll tell you the start. Wait. One stormy, shivering cold night.
Brilliant.
The windows hit like two tambourines.
Write it down.
Like two tambourines.
Write it down. Go on, write it down.
To the bleach bit.
After 2 sessions with John Bailey, Michelle is now trying to structure her lessons more carefully and ensure pupils know exactly what's expected of them.
Shall we call it that? Where is it going to happen? In London? London. Okay, and we know the answer to that. That's the examiner. Now pack up. Start packing up. Well done, you two. Very good.